Shalom, shalom, it's the brother Kadash. I want to start off by giving our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai.
About what is happening right this very moment.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders. Peace, blessings, and honors to all the brothers in this truth. This is real quick, and I'm going to let this play. This is transhumanism. This is nanobots, microchips, which the microchip is the mark of the beast. Same thing with the nanobots, which is microchips, just, way smaller. And this is all going into transhumanism and the internet of all things. This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And he had the power to give life into the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he calls of all, both small and great, right? Rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on their right hand and on their forehead. So this mark is the chip. It could be a nanobot. Like, she's finna explain it, and a lot of camps don't see it this way, but how can you not? It's right in front of you. The nanobot could be a chip, kind of like Elon Musk got the narrow chip that goes on your head, it goes in your brain, and then you could do some of the things that she's about to explain. And then you get a chip in your hand, and you could be able to do this. Verse 17, it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So how can you not see it? You go in a store, more scan a chip. You're going to scan a chip, it's going to be in your hand, but you no longer scan a credit card, a card. You don't bring out cash to pay for things. That's the way for a pandemic to happen. You spreading too much stuff. So you just go in, there's a little machine there, they don't even need workers no more. They don't need workers no more. You get what you want, you scan your hand, it pays for it, you keep going. How can you not see this? Let's let this play.
Around the world. This is the plan for all of us. This is the plan for everybody around the world. Yep. It has something to do with a topic called transhumanism, which is also known as Human 2.0. Mm-hmm. So what is that? I alluded to that a little bit earlier. It's literally the melding of your human, organic, natural-born body with artificial intelligence. They believe when we do this that it can be fantastic for everybody. It's a very futuristic way of becoming.
That's AI technology in the internet for all things. Hook you up to the internet.
Just if you wanted to learn a new language, you would just be downloaded into your brain and voila.
And what's going to be downloaded into your brain? Just the matter of your brain? The skin, the meat? No, there's going to be a chip in your head where it's going to be downloaded into. That's why it says, look, to receive a mark in their right hand or their foreheads. Does it literally have to be your forehead in the sense of forehead today? No, anywhere in your head. There's going to be a chip, and these things could be downloaded, just like she's saying, man.
Oh, the new language. If you wanted to know karate, it would be downloaded into your brain, and voila, you would know karate. Mm-hmm. They're going to sell it to you like that. Mm-hmm. They're going to sell it to you that if you have this artificial intelligence inside of your body, that you would be able to cure your cancer, that it would find out a tumor and would eradicate it. That would be nice. If you tore your tendon in your knee, these little artificial intelligence, also called nanobots, would be able to go there and fix your tendon in your knee.
Yeah, and then the nanobot part of it, they could inject that just in your hand, in your arm or in your right hand. They could just inject that because the nanobots are going to travel throughout your whole body. So imagine that, man. Imagine when there's people out there, when there's 50%, 60, 70, 80% people on the earth, let's just say 70% on the earth, people on the earth are human 2.0s, transhumans. You got to heal the regular way, so that's where the temptation comes in. But you see this dude, you might be at the court or something, he fall down, get a bruise on his leg, he start bleeding from it, and then 2 minutes later, it's like nothing never happened and nothing's there because the nanobots traveled to that spot and healed it. You fall down, get a bruise, you got to go 2 weeks, 3 weeks before yours heal up. That's going to be temptation. You're going to be thinking in your head, man, it's like they got superpowers. Let me get, and then that's when you're going to be tempted, if you're going to remain faithful to the Lord or not. That's like you having to learn You want to be a boxer. You want to go MMA. You got to do years and years of learning this. Some dude that come off the street, he just has it downloaded in his head. Now he could do MMA. He's way smarter than you. They quicker than you. They transhumans. So that's what the temptation's going to come, because a lot of these dudes and a lot of brothers in the truth too, they can't wait to get that spiritual power. They want to get that spiritual power so bad that when they see this stuff is going to look like spiritual power. Because you got to remember, Esau is trying to be like the Lord. He's trying to have power like the Lord. So a lot of brothers going to bug out and say, look, man, I'm finna go get this power. And then you're going to have a lot of brothers trying to go get it and then fight against Esau with it. And Esau going to have the button to turn you off.
That would be nice as well, right? But there's always a price to pay for everything. What do you think that price is?
You become a forever slave to the system.
That price is, once you give up that sovereignty of your human body, once you give up that access to your brain, to your memories, to your dreams, to your thoughts, two-way communication. And forever, once that happens, there will be constant surveillance, constant monitoring. No, you would not have any privacy, no autonomy. They also believe that this is the way that they can create a new world, a nicer world, a world without racism, without division, because they could alter the way you behave.
Yeah, so it's a new world order, right? And it's a way to control the people and put them in slavery. So what happens is when you take this chip, the nanobots, or whatever form they come out with it as, you become a slave to them, and you put Esau, because that's who's creating this. That's who has the power to create this, right, on earth, and the authority. You become a slave to Esau. You're putting Esau to be your God, because now he could turn you off, turn you on. He could download new thoughts into your mind. He could give you visions, just like the Lord. So he's playing God. And that's why the Lord has such a problem with this. The elect is not going to take the mark of the beast, no matter how tempting it is. I don't care if dudes is flying and they look cool flying because they got this mark of the beast or whatever it could do. They're stronger, faster, smarter. I don't care. We're not going to take the mark of the beast, because if you do, at the end of the day, yeah, you're going to become a perpetual slave. But this is also going to happen to you. This is Revelation chapter 4, verse 9. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. So you went out and got the Elon Musk narrow chip. It's going to be a lot of different companies coming with the narrow chip that's going to be in your brain, and you can download and have, thoughts and learn things in a split second. It says the same should drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb. So when Yahushua comes with that gigantic chariot, he comes with the angels, and they're in a whole bunch of millions of chariots, and those nuclear weapons are coming down, and those chariots are blowing stuff up. You're going to be tormented in that fire. That's the wrath of the Lord if you take this. Everybody that takes it is going to be destroyed. Nobody's going to have nanobots in them and go and be saved and inherit the kingdom. You can't repent from taking the mark of the beast. Once it's in you, and you're going to have to be destroyed when the Lord comes. And for the Israelites that take it and are destroyed when the Lord comes, they will be reborn back in the kingdom. Their spirits will be reincarnated, reborn as babies back in the kingdom. But they're going to have to be destroyed because those nanobots are wicked. It's on the left-hand side, and it's Esau's technology, even though the Lord has given them that technology. The Lord controls everything, but they're going to be wiped out. So you got to make a choice. Right now, you might be saying, yeah, I ain't going to take nothing like that. I don't care. But you got to imagine, man, when they come with this stuff, which is very soon, that's why they're talking about it right now, it's going to be very tempting. The hour of temptation is going to come. Man, you're going to see people healing up fast. You're going to see people super strong. You're going to see people in sports and breaking all type of records in sports because they got these nanobots in them. You're going to see people super smart. You're going to see people doing some very strange and almost like superhuman stuff. Because these nanobots in this narrow chip. And it's going to be very tempting. You're going to be, man, dang. And then at the same time, Esau's going to be putting the pressure on you to get it. Saying if you don't get it, you can't do this. If you don't get this, you can't do that. So it's going to be very tempting. But you got to remain faithful to the end.
This sounds really crazy, I know. But just know that it is already in the works as we speak. Right now in West Africa, right this very second, these poor people are being experimented on. Who's doing it? Gavi, G-A-V-I, Bill Gates, also MasterCard, and Trust Stamp, which is an artificial intelligence program. All three are doing it to the poor people. So in this program, they're giving...
And who do you think the poor people are in West Africa? Our people come from West Africa, Judah. There's a lot of Judites, nations, and tribes that are still in West Africa. So right now, they're over there testing this stuff on the Israelites. Right now. Getting them to take it. So their faith, right? They got the scriptures. A lot of those tribes over there know that they're Israelites, just like we do, right? And they still keep the customs and the law, statutes, and commandments. So, but right now, that temptation is happening to those Israelite brothers over there. They're getting tempted, and their faith is being tested finally. And and this is ain't gonna be no more riding the fence, man. So it's already happening over there. They're getting tested if they're gonna take it or not. So it's gonna be over here sooner than what you think. We talking about 6 months, a year. It's gonna be over here. Then the Israelites over here in America, Mystery Babylon, gonna be getting tempted. I can't play that.
Intent. Now you think some people tell me, oh, that's just Africa. That's not going to come here.
What did we just say?
Yes, again. Once it's perfected there, they said every developed nation will have that technology. And what do they call it?
Look, we can't be going into all that, so I'm going to cut the video off right here. That's not my opinion, not my thought, but I'm going to just say, look, coming soon. You will be tested, you will be tempted. I'm going to say salvation to the elect. Shalom.